Welcome to another episode of Practical Astrology for you. I am your friend Tapan. Basically, I have a habit which you all can call as a bad habit or a good habit. I don't understand what to say about that. That I try to always be a bit humble. So always I speak a bit like astrology is very simple and very easy. Anyone can do astrology. You don't need an astrologer for doing astrology. So actually, I just wanted to share something, a very small thing. Actually, yesterday advertisement started playing with my YouTube videos. So it was Gudi Padwa and it was a very good thing for me. No, it has not yet reached monetization condition. That will take a bit of time, but that was a good sign that YouTube is watching my videos rather than people watching my videos. So no, being an astrological channel, it's really tough to get monetized very soon. It's not a food blog or food channel, so it will take more time. And basically, I'm not a practical type of person, or you all can say economical person, or related to finance. I understand everything. I have done MBA. It's not that I'm not educated or not, and I don't understand the algorithm. I understand everything, but I have not started a channel just to gain money from it and speak whatever I may feel like. Vivek Bindra, he speaks in the way what he speaks. I can't shout out myself. I'm a guru, so I can't shout like him. So there's a difference between me and him. And on top of that, you see, it's very logical actually. Astrology needs a lot of logic. It's just not the bookish thing. Even I read, and I always tend to share that it's a past life deed. Means I was a very good astrologer in my past life. My Ketu in my Lagna denotes that. It's posited along with Jupiter and Venus in the same nakshatra, Bharani. Sun is in the Kritika nakshatra, but in the same sign. But I don't consider Sun stretching along with Ketu. I say it's in a different nakshatra, so it's different. So these two planets actually denote your knowledge about astrology. And my Mercury is in the second house. So it's combust and it's exalted also. No, not exalted. It's combust and retrograde. Sorry. So it's both the things. So a retrograde Mercury means it's very fast, 2.5 times fast, and combust means it has lost a bit of its power, but still a communication planet. It's the third house lord sitting in the Taurus sign, so I tend to talk a lot. So while making a YouTube video, I try not to speak so fast, and slowly I will be understanding how much to keep my pace. And unless I'm not thorough with this thing, I'm not a professional speaker, I'm not a public speaker. On top of that, I'm a Sigma male. So you all can very well understand a Sigma male talking publicly. A video is a public platform for me, at least for me. So I'm a bit shy. So don't question my knowledge regarding astrology. I'm very knowledgeable regarding astrology. The thing is that while I do astrology, I put a lot of stress on logic and how to balance things out. Like suppose, take a childhood teaching. We are taught that a plant needs carbon dioxide, water and nutrition and sunlight to prepare food. So if there is an abundance of only one thing, it can't prepare food. Everything has to be in a proper harmony, balance. So when I do astrology, I try to bring that equilibrium with every planet. So it's not so easy. Like suppose every astrologer say that, and it's also written in books, that the 6th house results. It's the past deeds which are not good, and you have to pay for those deeds. The good deeds are 5th house, and the bad deeds are 6th house. So you are debted to that. That's why it's the house of debt. So everyone has to pay it. But what I say, you can lessen the amount of miseries from 6th house or 6th house lord or any planet posited in the 6th house. So it depends. You can't simply say, okay, we will be doing chanting the Bij mantra of that house lord. Like I have 6th house lord as Mercury. So if I chant the Bij mantra of Mercury, it won't give the result. It's not possible. Why? Mercury is posited in the nakshatra of Sun. It's posited in the 2nd house. That house belongs to Venus. Venus is placed in its own nakshatra, but in Mars house. So it's a very complicated phenomena. Even if someone wants to take my horoscope doesn't throw a lot of challenges. It's very simple. Aries ascendant, and there are 9 planets. Everyone has 9 planets, but my 9 planets are segregated into Bharani nakshatra, 3 planets, Kritika nakshatra, 2 planets, then Pushya nakshatra, that is a Saturn nakshatra, 2 planets, Saturn and Mars, then Swati nakshatra, where Moon and Rahu is posited. It's also a nakshatra of Rahu. So you all can imagine it's Rahu, Saturn, Sun and Venus, 4 nakshatras. So very easy. So it's not always that easy for everyone's horoscope. It's something like Chakravarti also. In many horoscopes you can't break that thing. It's very tough to decode that horoscope. Sometimes it happens with me also. It takes a lot of time. For me, lot of time means I may take 4 hours. So 4 hours for me is too long. Generally, I take 10 minutes to decode a horoscope. That 10 minutes also makes a big lot of difference for me, because I should take at least 2 minutes. That would be enough for me. But if I am going for 10 minutes, that means it's a tough horoscope. So you all can very easily understand, because this is all maths. So for me it's easier, because when I understand things, I take the logical side of explaining something or taking out the results or remedies. Until and unless I am not well focused, I can't do things. So I need a balanced environment. Means there shouldn't be any chaos surrounded wherever I am sitting. I am not able to work in a chaos or chaotic situation. I can work anywhere. If that app is working, I don't prepare. Nowadays you can't prepare horoscopes by hand. That takes much more time. That app prepares in 1 or 2 seconds. So that's much easier. So once I see the horoscope, then the predictions are mine. I hardly follow bookish things. I have books actually, but they don't tend to give that type of result which I prefer. My results are very accurate, because my past life calculations are working behind my mind somewhere. I can have an illusion like something is sitting behind me and telling me something about that thing. Okay, see, this one is the important thing. Okay, he's a Manglik, but there is a breakthrough. You see, his Mars is very weak. So if he does this, like I have the 11th house lord is Saturn. So the house of profit, the lord of profit is Saturn, and it's a delay planet of delay. So I just do one thing: light a lamp on Saturday evening after 8 p.m. filled with mustard seed oil. That's it. I don't even chant as Shiv Tandav Srutam or any other Mahamrityunjay jap, nothing. Because I know my Saturn is quite good. It's just because it's sitting along with Mars, and Mars is my ascendant lord. So you all can imagine Saturn and Mars sitting in the same nakshatra means they are not friendly towards each other. It is like that in Panchada Maitri. So it's a different issue. So, but still it's not so tough for me. So if I can see those things, that doesn't make means that everyone can see the difference. Because most of the time people say that, okay, which remedy we need to do for Saturn. Then everyone will be saying, okay, do one thing, chant Hanuman Chalisa. I can't chant Hanuman Chalisa, because Mars and Saturn are sitting in the same nakshatra. So if I will chant Hanuman Chalisa, then my Mars will get more energized and it will decrease the energies of Saturn. And if Saturn is getting, what to say, debilitated in his own house, the position of him is becoming worse, and he won't be able to give result. That's the logic which I confer from that. So I don't chant Hanuman Chalisa even if that's my ascendant lord. He is my Isht, but still I can't do that. So there are many things actually. I don't take sankalp. Why I don't take sankalp? You see, it's not that I am not well versed in those mantras. It is because I know the practicalities of things. There is a saying that if being a guru, someone comes to me and he says that take sankalpa from my side and do the chanting of this mantra, Mahamudra, or whatever. And being a guru, when I take a sankalpa in someone else's name, so by default or by God's grace, I become his guru. That means I become Karaka of his second house, fifth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house. So the 5 house Karakas is me. So you all can very well understand, if I make a mistake, that person won't be punished. If suppose I spell some mantra wrong, so the punishment won't be given to that person. He may not get the result, that's fine, he won't be punished for that, but I will be getting that punishment on his behalf. And it has happened with me actually, especially with those people. Actually I try to avoid this situation, but I can't. It's destiny, you know. I haven't chosen astrology as my profession. It came by default actually when my Mercury Mahadasha came. So it happens naturally. No one has any hold in changing his destiny. I was doing something else. So when any person who has very strong Saturn, exalted Saturn or retrograde Saturn, or Saturn in the Lagna, or Saturn is sitting along with Jupiter, or it's sitting in the Jupiter nakshatra, then that person is very, what to say, not amicable to me. So I can't tell him that don't come to me. Then his Saturn denies me a lot, many things. No any other planet can stop Jupiter from performing his duties except for Saturn. That's why Jupiter gets debilitated in the house of Capricorn, sign of Capricorn, 10th house. Think of the power of Saturn. It denies every power to Jupiter also. Because a planet like Saturn, who doesn't respect his own father, Sun, so why will he respect Jupiter? He is the guru of Sun, means his father's guru. So you all can very easily understand the logic behind this. So knowingly or unknowingly, I am being punished a bit. Every astrologer is being punished actually. Even if he doesn't want it, it's his destiny. That's why astrologers can't remain so peaceful. Because someone, somewhere, his people is making a mistake and he has to pay the price. So our progress, what to say, slows a bit. Not a bit, a lot of our progress gets slowed down. So after many thoughts actually I started this channel. After many pros and cons. I am a Libra, so I had to weigh all my pros and cons. Then after pursuing myself, actually no one can pursue me. So I persuaded myself, okay, let's do it. It's karma. I can't deny my karma. I don't have any other pending karmas actually. There's many ways to see that we have left any pending karmas or not. So I didn't had any pending karma. Saturn shows our pending karmas, but Saturn is positioned in the 4th house, that is Cancer sign. So that denotes that if you didn't had any karma left with you. So in Saturn Mahadasha I had no work actually. I did no work. I was not even working. I worked, I think, hardly for 1 or 2 months. My first job was in Leelavati Hospital, Mumbai. That was way back in 2000. Then in 2003, I think I worked in Wipro Spectra Mind for 1.5 or 2 months, I think. Then in Converges, 1 month. That is 3 months here and 2 months there. 5 months I had worked in my whole life of 46-year age. So you all can very well understand how my Saturn is placed. I know that thing, that's very obvious. So there is no pending karma. So when Mercury Mahadasha came, that also pending, and that also shows a different type of, that shows debt. It's not pending karma. So I am indebted to every person whosoever is seeing my video in my past life, or I am trying to repay my debt. So there are many bigger pictures and many bigger things which I won't be sharing. No, there is nothing wrong or good or bad, but one should be humble, and one shouldn't speak his heart open, because everyone won't be able to understand things. It's like that. So it's like that. So feel free. It's not that you all will be learning everything. I'm trying to be unbiased. I'm trying to teach everyone everything, so they can do those remedies. Yeah, Hanuman Chalisa is the best remedy. Then Bajrang Baan. The first thing I would suggest any person, a male or a female, I would suggest, even if it's a Rahu, that's the best remedy. For Rahu, the best remedy is chanting Hanuman Chalisa. For Saturn, it's the best remedy to chant Hanuman Chalisa. For Mars itself, Mangliks, we should chant Hanuman Chalisa. The second most significant remedy is Mahamrityunjay Jap, which I consider. But many people say Mahamrityunjay Jap is very potent. Yeah, it is very potent, very powerful. I won't deny that thing. I'm not challenging anyone. No, he's wrong. It's like, for how many things the same remedy can work? Hanuman Chalisa part works for many things. So knowingly or unknowingly, if someone is doing a part of Hanuman Chalisa, it will take away many problems. Even if you are going through a Saturn Mahadasha and you are chanting Hanuman Chalisa, that will help you. Just go to a Hanuman temple on Tuesdays, Saturdays, bow down your head, don't eat non-veg, don't eat garlic, onion, don't take alcohol, and don't do anything wrong. So you all can very well understand. See, this red coral means Munga. I was not wearing it because I was going through a dhaiya. So I had taken this out of my finger. So after, I think 2 or 3 days back, I wore it back. These are all Ketu rings, and this one is a black pearl. So I don't need a black pearl actually. It was lying there, so I wore it. I felt like, oh, there's a one finger is getting missed, so I wore that. That's because of that. No, I don't want to wear a Jupiter yellow sapphire, Miss Pukhraj. That's my Bhagyesh 9th house lord. No, I don't feel like bringing anything. It's why I wore this, because Ketu denies me a lot actually. He makes me very lazy. He says, you don't need to speak also. So I wore. It's not because I need something from him. It's not, I am telling him, don't block everything. Means don't even block me to speak for other people or give knowledge to other people also. So it's because of that. It's not for myself. So I can provide you people something from my side. So these are something which I calculate in my ways. So astrology is not what you all think and what I try to present every time. I just want that fear to be vanished from everyone's mind. That is a rocket science. Yes, it's tough. I understand. It's not that it's very simple. Even good astrologers fail in predicting things, giving results. The remedy is the biggest thing, I suppose. Everyone understands the horoscope. If you spend few weeks, you will be very good at understanding things. Nakshatra, this is nakshatra, this is house, this is Rashi, this is the planet. What more you need to understand? You can read a horoscope. Everyone can. Who is educated, he can read a horoscope. It's that simple. Reading a horoscope doesn't make you an astrologer. An astrologer is a person who can give you remedies. I can't, what to say, I can't make someone, if suppose someone will be dying, I can't avoid that situation. I can delay that a bit. It's a, what to say, destiny. Everyone who has taken birth, he will die. I can ease the way he will die. Suppose someone is facing a tough time before dying. He is on bed. Suppose he is in coma for many months, many days. So there are few remedies which we, if we do, that will ease that thing for him. So it's like that. Yeah, there is rebirth, there is afterlife, there is everything. It's not just because Hindu Dharma says that about rebirth and all. It's not about Hindu Dharma. It is practically which I have felt, because I haven't studied many things and which comes like a striking lightning effect in my head. Once in a blue moon, something I will, okay, there is like this logic, no? Okay, that's why this planet is posited out here. So I get that explanation without even reading. So that's because of my past life. And if there is something called as past life, then there will be a future life also, rebirth also. The future life we will be talking about it as rebirth. Okay, so that's how, because earlier I am a person who didn't ever believed in ghosts. I won't be explaining it fully, but there was an incident happened with me that brought that thing in front of me, that there are ghosts. I used to make fun out of it. Now I understand, if there is matter, there is antimatter. So if there is, this is the disturbance. That's why I don't want to make videos in public, means in the open. So if there is God, there should be anti-God. If there is matter, there is antimatter. So understand, there is God and there is ghost, and we are in between. So if God is there, ghost is there, life is there, afterlife is there, rebirth is there, past life is there, then many things are there. Even if you don't know those things, that doesn't mean that they are not existing out in the open. If an European, suppose a Muslim, they don't believe in Hindu astrology, he won't die. It's not like that. He will be also dying. So have faith in astrologers. I'm talking about good astrologers, not just anyone who's saying that he is an astrologer. You need to verify yourself. Means that astrologer need to verify himself first before announcing that he is an astrologer. Without verifying, if someone is saying that he is an astrologer, then he is making fun out of himself actually. He is not cheating you. He is making his fun out of himself. I have been doing astrology for past many years, but I started charging people hardly a year back. I think I had done astrology for free for nearly 10 or 15 years at least. Means earlier I was not strongly into astrology, means, but I used to do free of charge. That time I was not a professional astrologer, but after becoming a professional also I was not charging people. So one need to practice things perfectly to get the full knowledge, then only he should announce that he has become an astrologer. Means when you start announcing, that means you have become professional. That also you should carry on without charging, then after a given time, because you have to become Jupiter. Means Jupiter has to pass at least 16 years of his life doing that same profession. Then he can say that I have become Jupiter. At this age, at 46, I am saying that I have attained that much to call myself as a Jupiter. You need that age also, no? A 20-year boy says, okay, in my past life I was an astrologer, so I have become Jupiter. No, you haven't become. That was your past. That's just your Ketu, it's not Jupiter. Even when I was born, I am born on Buddha Purnima, 13th May 1976, 5:32 AM in the morning. So such a good horoscope. I used to do predictions, and they used to come true in my childhood also. So I used to say, okay, do one thing, do this thing, and this will happen, and that is to get good also. But that doesn't mean that I will say, okay, I was a professional astrologer at that time. I used to do palmistry. I don't count in those years actually. I don't say I was by birth an astrologer. I was not. I was doing palmistry. I was not doing astrology. I have been reading a lot from my childhood. My first book was in 97, I think, Linda Goodman. So that's also way back. But I won't say that's astrology, serious astrology. That's not serious astrology. So understand and come to me, consult me, feel free. Yeah, I charge. I charge very nominal. No, I should have been charging a lot actually, but that's not my cup of tea. I have something else from where I will be gaining. I can't get that money. Yes, I have to leave a bit actually. I'm not charging that much, which because Saturn will deny me, Ketu will deny me, so I leave that much money for Ketu and Saturn to pacify them. So they allow me. So my actual worth is a lot. I should charge more, but I can't. I have some bindings actually from those planets. I have to respect those two also. So, yeah, I have to do because I understand those things. Especially, I don't charge poor people. I don't even take any penny. If someone insists a lot, no, Maharaji, you have to take. Then, if they are not understanding the thing and they are forcefully paying me, then I say, okay, you have paid me, that's it. So, sometimes I have to accept from those people also, but I bluntly refuse everyone. Half the time, many female, I don't take money from them. No, Venus is good for me. It's my second house lord, seventh house lord. Mostly female pay me. But many times I don't take money from females. That's my policy. So it's not that every person I am charging. So feel free, call me, WhatsApp me, consult me. Don't worry about things. Everything can be taken care of. I hope I will be worthwhile for everyone who will be contacting me. Please contact me. Thank you.